Hello everyone, Captain Billy J here, and I would like to go over the highlights of 2022. So the very first highlight was in January. In New Orleans, I went on the Carnival Glory, and it was a solo cruise this time. Never been on a solo cruise before, so that was new to me. And also the Carnival Glory is a new ship to me. And here is the atrium area of the Carnival Glory, just as you're boarding. It's a very colorful atrium, lots of colors and lights, and it's a nice atrium. And the best part is you get to sail down the Mississippi River when you're in New Orleans. First stop on this cruise was Mahogany Bay, Roatan, Honduras, where I got to hold a sloth for the first time. Pretty awesome. Also, I got to have a monkey sit on my shoulder. So that was pretty cool. Hey, little fella. How's it going? Pretty cool. Next was Belize, and Sir Gary of the Beaches, or whatever he's called, has talked me into going on an excursion, which is cave tubing and zip lining. And this was a nice cruise. It was cold, though. The water was very cold. But got into the river tube and went cave tubing first and then did zip lining afterwards. So here's us going into the cave. And there is the entrance of the cave as we're inside of the cave. Pretty neat. You got little flashlights on our helmets so we can see inside. And here is the exit. And here I am on the river tube. And of course, I have to bring my captain's hat. And here is me leaving Belize. Other port was Cozumel we went to, but then in February, went on the Carnival Mardi Gras. So Carnival's biggest ship at the time. And this is the atrium or the Grand Central Plaza area of the Carnival Mardi Gras. And here we are up on the Lido deck, checking out the Lido area of the Carnival Mardi Gras. This was sailing out of Port Canaveral. First port that I love in this port on this itinerary was San Juan, Puerto Rico. So here I am in front of the Mardi Gras ship in San Juan. Went to Barachina Restaurant, the home of the Pina Colada, where it was created. I guess there's two places where it was created. But this is one of them. So I had to get my picture here and go inside. So Barachina, I was here a few years ago. And of course, you got to have the pina colada. And there's a Mardi Gras as we're walking towards the ship from Old San Juan and the lovely water. And me in front of the Carnival Mardi Gras. And here's an overview of Old San Juan. You see the fortress in the far background. And there's a fortress as we are leaving San Juan. It was a beautiful day in San Juan. Next thing I did was the Bolt roller coaster. Very first roller coaster at sea. And this is my first lap on the Bolt roller coaster. Whee! You pay $15 and you get 2 laps on the Bolt roller coaster as of this time. This is my second lap on Bolt. Whee! It was fun. It wasn't the fastest, but it was all right. I don't think I would do it again, though. And here is the ride-on view as you're riding on Bolt. This was shot in Amber Cove, and I went on Bolt in Amber Cove. Dominican Republic. And this gives you an idea of what Bolt looks like as you ride it. And that's just one lap. You get 2 laps. Next thing I tried was the ropes course. I've never done a ropes course before on a Carnival cruise. And I wanted to do this. This is on the last sea day. And so I decided to go up on the ropes course for the very first time. So there I am walking up the stairs to the ropes course. And there I am up above. I'm hooked up and heading out on the ropes course. What I like about this ropes course is they have a zip line part on it, and that is coming up next here. This is the funnest part of the ropes course. Whee! Crash. And this is one of the first obstacles on the ropes course. One of the simpler ones, too. Just a bridge across. The other ones are kind of harder. I was scared a couple moments, but it wasn't too bad. Right by the whale tail, too. Then in March, went to Helen, Georgia for a meetup put on by Darian from Magnificent Germany with Darian and Blaine from Really Creative Travel. So this is me driving through downtown Helen, Georgia. It's a German town, so lots of German architecture. And here is the river that runs through Helen, Georgia. Just a pretty little river. And I guess they do river tubing and stuff in the summertime on this river. So pretty cool. We at Das Ice Cream Cafe, we had Spaghettieis, Darian's favorite. And so, of course, I had to get some Spaghettieis as well. And it was pretty good. It was a little pricey, but pretty good. Fresh. And there's Darian from Magnificent Germany with Darian. Check him out. And there's our group photo in front of Das Ice Cream Cafe. A lot of great creators. And most of them stayed at the Hellendorf Inn. I stayed at a different motel, but most of them stayed here. This is Party Central. And here's a little bit of Helen, Georgia. And let's just see this picture, or this scene in a lot of pictures of Helen, Georgia. It's like the beer garden. So pretty cool. It was pretty cold this day. It was freezing cold. It was down in the 30s. There was snowing, but it could have been a little bit warmer. And this is the Heidelberg German restaurant. Now, we didn't eat at the Heidelberg. We did eat at Hofbrauhaus. This is where our official group meetup was. So here's the inside of Hofbrauhaus. This is the room that we sat in. And here is some artwork for a German town. And of course, if it's German, you got to have beer. So this is Hofbrauhaus beer that I had. This is pretty good. And the German delicacies, they had large pretzel flown in from Germany with a side of beer cheese that Meg and Paul Vines had. I had the Wiener Schnitzel and with German potato salad and roasted carrots for my sides. So the food and drinks were good. And here is all of us in this room together, all the creators, supporters at this meetup. Great group of people. And we'll share them individually here. So there's Darian again. And the first group is Journey with the Gingers, Laura and Hannah. And Lori's mother, Mimi. Then we have John and Nancy from Jane and Travels. This is my second time meeting them. I met them in Florida. So it's good seeing them again. And in the far corner is the 6 traveling shorts. Count them, 6, not 7, Paul. 6 traveling shorts. Sandman Coin and Collectibles. Jason, I believe, is his name. He was there as well. And Roy and Amanda Shows. It's Shows, people, not shows. Shows, special features. They were there. And in the far corner is Bill and Lucy from MGM Family Travel. So they made it to the meetup, so it was good meeting them. Lucy is the travel agent for the BBD Rum Run group cruise I went on. Here's Northeast Georgia Mountain Folk. I believe they're just mountain folk now, or Life with Mountain Folk. And Ford Man here, Ford Man aka Kenneth Oakes. It was good meeting Kenny for the first time in Helen, Georgia. He's very inspirational. And then Joyce and Mike Harder were there as supporters, as well as Meg, first mate Meg, and Paul Vines. He's just okay guitar player. And there's Ronnie and Alma Sitton from Life is Good Today. Woo! It was good seeing them. And there's Eric B. with Travel Adventures with Eric B. It was good to see Eric in Helen, Georgia. And there's Blaine and Mallory from Rayleigh Creative Travel. So check out Rayleigh Creative Travel. Blaine and Mallory, very nice couple. There's Ryan Donahue. He's a supporter and also a creator. And there's Ari and Corn. Check out Ari and Corn. They are supporters. They came down from Rhode Island to be at this meetup. So it was great meeting them. And next we have Kickin' It Country. Scott and his family were there. So check out Kickin' It Country. And we also, Misa Lee was there, and her husband or boyfriend was over on the other table. So she was there. And Michelle's Tasty Dishes was there as well, too, in the far corner. And we did have some tasty dishes here at the Hofbrau House. And here are some photos from our meetup at the Hofbrau House. And then in April, I had my birthday blowout in Biloxi, Mississippi at the casinos. Also in April, went over to Jacksonville, Florida to see Elton John in concert. His farewell tour is Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I also saw Jimmy Buffett in May over at the Wharf Amphitheater in Alabama. It was a pretty good show. Then it was the tubing trip from hell, Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, I will never go river tubing again. It was cold and wet. It was not fun. In July, I went up to Manchester, New Hampshire, and went to Golden Corral. And who do I find there? Ryan Donahue is there. So it was good to see Ryan again from Helen, Georgia. And I got to see Jimmy from the Astute Tourist. So it was good to see Jimmy. And John and Nancy from BillyJTravels was there as well, too. So we had a great little small meetup at the Golden Corral in Manchester, New Hampshire. And then I took a train ride on the Conway Scenic Railroad. So a pretty cool train here. This is just the engine hooking up back to the train. And you get some great views of the mountains in New Hampshire on this train ride. So a nice little valley area here. And then they had a nice little lake up on top where the train stopped. And it was just a beautiful day. Blue skies, white clouds, perfect temperature. It was just an awesome day. And I was in New Hampshire because of the National Sweepstakes Convention. So I attended that, got to meet a lot of people. I won some prizes. It was a good time. I got to meet Carolyn, the contest queen, and Susan. They're from Canada. It was good to meet them both. I also got to meet Tom Cavalli from I Win Contest. He has won lots of trips and prizes. I hope I'd be like him someday. And this is Bev. This is Beverly. She has a lot of gas, but she's a great friend as well. And then I also got to meet Cynthia and Larry and Stephanie. So Cynthia and Larry sat at my table, so it was great getting to know them. Next in September was the Midlife Crazy BBD Rum Run Group Cruise, my very first group cruise, out of Miami on the Carnival Horizon. First, though, we had the Dunk Tank fundraiser for St. Jude Children's Hospital. And, of course, I was the first one to be voluntold to be the first one in the dunk tank. So here is Rhonda Bailey trying to knock me into the dunk tank. And she succeeds. Splash. Yep, and I got dunked several more times after that. Here's one of those times. And boom, I go into the tank. Yay. I do it for the kids, though. Do it for the kids. Making some money. And then Brad from Midlife Crazy also raised some money by wearing a mankini. Yep, there is Brad in a mankini. It'll haunt your nightmares forever. You must have been working out for this. Now, don't try this at home, kids. He is a professional. But he was running his mankinis to raise some money for St. Jude Children's Hospital. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Then it was cruise day on the Carnival Horizon. So here is boarding the Carnival Horizon, walking up the gangway. And here is the atrium of the Carnival Horizon. Carnival's still celebrating their 50th anniversary. And what was nice about the atrium is they're celebrating, this is 9/11 day, so they had the U.S. flag up there. Then it was up to the Lido deck for the sail away party, celebrating 50 years of fun. So there's everybody doing line dances and sailing away on the Carnival Horizon. You'll see some BBD rum runners in the group there. And you'll see some more here because they decided to do a conga line. So coming up next is there's Mike from Beach Please. There's Shauna and Jonathan from the Six Traveling Shorts. There's Tiffany and her husband. There's Just Dave. There's Q's Cruisers. And there's Betsy from Beach Please, and she pulls me into the conga line. Let's conga. And the best part about Miami is sailing away. You get the great view of Miami Beach there with the wave runners running near the ship. Pretty awesome. And then once you go towards the back of the ship, you get the great view of the cityscape of Miami. Pretty awesome. This was our group photo for the cabin crawl that we were on for the BBD Rum Run group cruise. Great bunch of people. In Grand Cayman, we tried to find BBD rum, but they no longer sell it. But we did find the pirate, Richard. I also found another pirate in the casino on the Carnival Horizon, a.k.a. Tom Beetle Bailey. Good to see him. Oh, this is a sad moment. We were getting on the tender to the Carnival Horizon, and my captain's hat flew off into the water in Grand Cayman. I lost my hat. Rest in peace, hat. I miss you. I miss you. Luckily, though, I bring a backup. So this is my backup captain's hat. Custom captain's hat. We raised money for St. Jude Children's Hospital. We raised over $6,500. Actually, it was $6,700 that we raised. So that was awesome. Then it was time for the bar crawl. I had a Thirsty Dog Caribbean Wheat Ale for Meg, my first mate Meg. And this is the bar crawl after group photo. So these are the people that survived the bar crawl. It was a great time. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed my highlights of 2022. And I hope all of you have a happy New Year. Captain Billy J. out. Hey, did you check out that video right there? Check it out right now. It's related. YouTube suggested. Check it out. Captain Billy J.